I just thought about something. When I record on the audio medium, because I'm doing both at the same time, audio and the video, the intro can be heard on the video, but it can be heard on the audio. That makes sense. Make it make sense. Welcome back to P.O.O.F episode number 40, shorty. 40. I didn't think I would make it this far, but consistency has been one of my strong suits this year. Well, the last few years I've been very consistent in like matters of like hitting the gym, matters of like just like everything, man. Like I've been able to lock in real easily. It's like fucking with my eye. Fucking with my eye. Hold up, where we at?
Wait now, so I feel something in my eyes. Look, something wrong with my eyes.
Something wrong with my eyes. What's up, y'all? Elmer Van Dreezy, the one to make it easy. P.O.O.F episode number 40. 4 decades. So we done did it 10 times. This is the 4th time we did it 10 times. That's how math works. That's Elmer Van Drell math. Elmer Van Dreezy. This is what I need to see, but you get a reflection of the background. You be like, ugh, look at all that going on. There's like a whole camera crew up there. What's up, Greg? What's up, Mike? What's up, Thomas? Big shout outs. What's up, y'all? We need to jump right into it, for real. I got a lot to talk about. You know what? Let me hit up on here. What we got? But yes, P.O.O.F Podcast, episode number 40. I'm on the doing the video at the same time I'm doing audio. I done said that before. But let's turn this intro off. It's going on for way too long. Man, I do not know when to stop a beat, shawty. But we're gonna do something completely different that may not translate too well on the audio, but it's gonna work. I'm gonna make it work. I always make it work. That's what I do. I make things work. But it's so much shit going on. So much shit I want to talk about. Let me set things up first. This show is sponsored by nobody, because nobody listens. We're going to keep on trucking. It's self-therapy for me. Hey, look, I used to draw, I used to paint, but now I draw and I paint with my words. Hold up, let me spin so I can get it right there. Boom. There we go. I don't know if I'm getting skinny, but I think my face is kind of like acclimated to me getting skinny, and like it's funny like looking at yourself. Definitely, I don't know if these are like cheekbones or just being skinny. I don't know. I never really like looked at myself. It's weird looking at yourself when you're doing something. It's really strange, but you wouldn't know until you did it. It's a bunch of stuff I want to get into first of all, but I gotta go into my movie experience. The new Superman. Boy, what a stinker. Where's my motorcycle? That movie was so bad. I went into it with so much hope. I went into it with so much promise, with so much excitement. Like looking at that shit like, all right, cool. We got some shit where it's almost gonna be on some like a new spin on we're not going to see an origin story again, because that takes up so much time. Like every superhero movie does not need an origin rewrite, does not need an origin start over. We do not need this. We already know. We've seen it. This is like the 5th iteration of this character, or you guys doing whatever it is that you do with that. But let me plug my phone up because I'm going to be over here about the Superman for a minute. I actually need my phone. Because Superman, of course, was directed by James Gunn, the guy who did Guardians of the Galaxy, which the first Guardians of the Galaxy was actually really good. Because I talked about that on this podcast before, and I said that it was really good because it kind of took everything off planet. So, like, I don't even know if this will be considered as, I don't know. Or if it's just me complaining. Because I feel like I wasted money. Now, the Superman movie came out yesterday, July 11th. Dating episode, whatever. It was 2 hours and 9 minutes. I don't know why we look at the Rotten Tomato score, but it was 82% fresh by the tomato meter and 93% fresh from the audience. The audience is stupid. Either I'm getting older or this shit just ain't for me because people were in there enjoying it and it was not enjoyable. That movie was fucking terrible. It probably was the worst Superman movie there is. Now, the nigga that got to play Superman, it was a good casting. Now, it ain't better than Henry Cavill, the nigga that plays just ripped like Henry Cavill. It wasn't better than him, but it was good. It was good. It was good, but I'm glad they didn't use Henry Cavill because it would have just been it was so bad. Oh, all right. Let me just start with some notes. All right. Soon as the movie start, Superman getting his ass whooped. Like, and it's spoilers. I don't give a fuck. Don't go see the movie. I can tell you right now. Don't go see it. Unless you just want to go see it to just see. It'll be on streaming services. It'll be on HBO Max. What month is this? July. Or it'll be on the HBO Max in September. It'll be on there in September. It may be on there in August. But Superman, as soon as the movie starts, he's fighting the Hand of Bulgaria. Now, they had two different factions in this movie, and you know how they always do that shit in the movies where they don't really say, they give the people like some weird name, but you know who they're talking about, like the Hand of Bolivia or Bulgaria or some shit. They were supposed to be the Jewish niggas. And it was the other people, the Sagittarians. I don't know who the fuck they were. It was so bad I just couldn't even remember that shit. But they were like the Israelites because they fighting. You know they were like the not the Israelites, the other niggas. Them oh fuck, I'm not gonna move on until I get it right. Those do you have the where the fuck is over there? It's the Israeli niggas and them Palestinian niggas. The Israeli niggas. That's no, but Israelis is the Jewish niggas. The Palestinians. The Palestinians. Damn. That took a while to get there. But the Palestinians, you could tell it was them because first of all, they were like brown people. They wore like tattered clothes and they were fighting with like center blocks. So the movie starts with Superman intervening that war. Like the Israelis, the going into the Palestinian niggas. He went and stopped that shit, destroyed the tanks, like fucked they shit up. Now, we all know that's who the fuck they were. I don't have a problem with that shit. I don't. I don't have a problem with that. It's no problem. Shit, fucking call them who they are. Be like, yeah, they them Israeli niggas. I respect the truth over a dull lie. I'll take the hard truth. But it starts with him intervening with that. And the Israeli niggas, they have metahumans. They already introduced the movie starts and they already say, hey, look, we have metahumans and they've been on the planet for thousands of years. We're not redoing that shit. I liked how he did that shit. How he just kind of summed it up like on some words across the screen type shit. But this fucking movie stunk. It was terrible.
It tastes exactly how it looked. This shit
movie
tastes just like Dookie.
Let me do it again.
This
movie
shit
look
tastes just like Dookie.
It was just like Dookie. That movie was a stinker. So him and Lois Lane, they already fucking, and yo let her interview him because he on some Peter Parker type shit. Like he's interviewing Superman as Clark Kent. Of course, Peter Parker take pictures of Spider-Man as Peter Porker. I look at the cyber shirt. Shit fire. Got it from the concert. Got those up on the back too, but I can't show y'all. You don't need to see it. And just tore dates. So during the interview, Lois like horn him. She like just grilling this nigga, yelling at him, and he getting all upset and emotional. Like, people were gonna die, Lois. People were gonna die. And she was just like on some bullshit. It was really on some, she was trying to chop down Superman. Yo got emotional and he left. Like, bitch, I'm Superman. I will grab your ass, fly through this motherfucking roof up to the edge of where you can't breathe. let your ass go, watch you fall right before you hit the ground, grab you, and be like, let's go to fucking house and eat. I will be a fucking psycho. You ain't gonna disrespect. I will make my eyes glow like a Homelander on your ass. My shit will be glowing. Really? Yo, who do you think you are? You can't do what the fuck I'm doing. Even Trump said that shit. Trump was like, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Superman, no, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. And more importantly, not more importantly, but the bigger picture is, Superman don't like the Jews. The who would have known? Kryptonian, German, Kryptonian, Cronian, German. See how it link? You can link that shit. You can totally link that shit.
Come on.
Yes, you can. Believe me.
Nigga, please.
Oh, hold up. I'm doing something all wrong real quick. Damn. I'm going to tell you, setting up for this video shit and making sure all this shit work right and doing tests and all that stuff, it is so much more work than just plugging and firing up this microphone and talking. Speaking, excuse me. Because setting all this up and making sure I got, damn, I'm hitting it. This shit gonna be sounding crazy. I got the mics in different proximities now. Let me see.
It looks like I'm alright.
But I'm not. Okay, so where was I? So Superman fighting this nigga called the arm of the power of fist of Bulgaria or some shit. The nigga you seen on the previews. Oh, and another thing, they showed the whole fucking movie on the previews. Literally everything in the movie you could see the previews. God, it was so bad. It was so bad. And that fucking dog, Crypto, oh my God. Somebody should have went and chopped him up. Like, Crypto was terrible. It was terrible. Nigga was like, shit was terrible. But hold on, let me take my notes. Yeah, so the armor Bulgaria was like fucking him up. He looked like a big generic ass Iron Man, and he beating the shit out of Superman. But you knew from the beginning he was some sort of he was a metahuman. But at the same time, he was controlled by Lex. Now, Lex Luthor, I did like Lex Luthor. The way they portrayed Lex Luthor, the nigga was real smart. He was calculated. He was steps ahead of Superman, which he should have been. Lex Luthor's way smarter than Superman. He's kind of like evil Batman. I talked about this on the last podcast. He's evil Batman without the depression. But Lex Luthor has inferiority complex with Superman because he feels like he should be Superman. It writes itself. But Lex was good. Lex, with the way that he was controlling the metahuman, he was like just telling his people to like do moves like A7 49 like, and they all doing that shit. He doing different combos on Superman because Lex studied Superman so well and so much that he knew all his moves. So he knew how to counter shit. He knew where to go. He knew where to move. Bing, bing, bing. Fuck him up real quick. Ching, chop. Like just beat his ass. So that was cool. So, long story short, he beat the shit out of Superman, and that's where the story starts. With Superman pretty much getting his ass beat, him whistling and calling. The preview that they showed with him calling the dog and the dog dragging him to the Fortress of Solitude. Fortress of Solitude did look cool. I like the way the Fortress of Solitude looked. It actually looked like a command center with like Superman Kryptonian-esque computers and systems and things like that. It was really cool. I wish I had my shades. I should put some damn shades on. Because this light is crazy. We ain't worried about it. Next time I'm going to be looking cool as hell. So, yo got robots in there that's taking care of them. And this is the first time, like, I do like the fact that they showed they didn't have him overpowered. Because that's where I think they really fucked up with the creation of Superman. They gave him too much powers. They gave him everything. Like, dude literally could, like, do any and everything. Like, so oh my God. They had him like he was good. Like the way that they had him, he would get his ass beat, but Superman always like outwitted him or came back. And then they had the Justice League in there, but it was a mix of like, it was kind of almost like they took a little bit of the Justice League cartoon and turned that shit into the movie, like brought it in. Guy Gardner, was fucking terrible. It was terrible. He was terrible. Hawk Girl was terrible. Mr. Terrific was dope though. I like Mr. Terrific, but they had him too. He was almost too much shaking and jive for me. Like, Superman, get your ass down here, nigga. Nigga, what you doing, Superman? Hold on, let me hack this motherfucking computer real quick, man. Like, why the fuck they ain't replaced that battery in that goddamn smoke detector? I'm gonna use AI to replace that for them. Then I'm gonna recharge the battery and use a nuclear one, so they will never have to replace it. No, Mr. Terrific weakness is the chirp from the smoke detector. I'm racist. Yo, self-hate racist. Nah, I'm kidding, of course. But Mr. Terrific was dope. It was a little clunky at times when he was walking around with the little suit that he had with the little jetpack. And I hear white dudes complain about this shit all the time where they go, the world against them. And they make them look weak in movies, and they get yelled at and they get treated like shit in movies and on TV and in commercials. And there's one part of me as a brother where I'm just like, shit, fuck it. I mean, at least you're not being targeted and destroyed as a whole section of a species, or we're not a species, or a race. But I could clearly see that shit in this movie. Like, every female was like, everybody was shitting on Superman. Everybody was shitting on Clark Kent. Like, would say some shit to Lois. She would look at this nigga and be like,
"Yes, bitch, I heard you. I'm pretending like I didn't."
She'd be falling. He'd be like, "You need my help?" She'd be like,
"Yes, bitch, I heard you. I'm pretending like I didn't."
Stop smoking that pipe in the house. Up here thinking you Bilbo Baggins.
He couldn't even smoke his pipe in the house, man. She was fucking with him the whole time. Like, everybody was shitting on Superman. Like, everybody was shitting on Superman. And that was a little, I ain't gonna say disrespectful, but Superman a man. And they made him kind of like, I get weakening Superman. I get making him vulnerable. But don't make him where he's completely getting fucked up. Like, they had some cool flight scenes where he was flying around and like fighting. That was cool. But he always needed to get recharged by the sun, which is something that Superman always had to do. But it was just so bad. It was so bad. And then Jimmy Olsen had Lex Luthor's chick was like some piece of ass that Jimmy Olsen was banging, and she was an airhead, but she was cute as fuck. And was that this little motherfucker? He was the son from the Righteous Gemstones. That was Jimmy Olsen, a weird looking dude. He got a picture. His face was like, for the audio, for the video folks, the YouTube niggas, his face like that. He's weird looking. He's a weird looking Yakubian brother. But he was Jimmy Olsen, and the nigga acting like he ain't wanna like, I spend time with you, a hot chick that wants to fuck me. You know what? I'd rather do stories. I'd rather be like a reporter. It was so bad. It was so bad. Now, there was one really cool part when Superman came home, and the Justice, they called each other the Justice Gang. Justice Gang. They weren't called the Justice, because Justice, I can't say that shit. Justice League. They weren't the Justice League yet. But they had J and L's on their shirts. It just didn't make sense. It was so bad. It was so bad. Oh, and then, like, on top of that shit, like, every time they show Superman getting fucked up by the chick, the engineer, she beat his ass. She beat his ass a lot. The lady, it was a seat next to me, and the lady had walked in with her son. Like, halfway through that shit, her ass was snoring. He ain't even hit at me. Like, hey, Ma, you snoring, Ma? She was in that bitch snoring. I dozed off a few times because the boring parts were really boring. And I felt so bad, and I shouldn't have done this, and I am admitting this on YouTube. I felt so bad that I went, and I'm putting this on the podcast, I'm admitting this. There is no statute of limitation because I just did the shit. But after that, I was just like, I gotta get my money's worth. So a new Jurassic Park that came out. The only one that was starting was the one that was in 3D. So I was just like, went up to the front. Young lady was like, "Oh, where's my 3D glasses?" Got them. Yoink. Walked right in the room, right in the theater. Sat down, watched that movie. That movie was, well, let me back up to my rating. Poop piles. For Superman. Oh, it's just called Superman. This piece of shit movie deserves a rating of a half a poop pile. Oh no, you don't clap for that shit. Movie. It was so bad. It was so bad. And oh, you know what? Crypto, the fucking dog. The dog was the worst. The dog was a fucking nightmare. The dog was not funny. The dog wasn't amusing. The kaiju that Lex pulled out of nowhere. It was like this little cutesy Pokemon shit that when it came out, little kids started laughing like, this is so cool. Like, no it isn't. This shit sucks. You guys haven't probably seen Gremlins. You little losers. Hold on, I need to reposition this shit. Let's see. There we go. Oh, I should have converted the file already, but I didn't. Um, that damn dog was so annoying. That the dog was the worst. It was CGI. It was so many CGI dogs and Superman busting his ass to save a squirrel, to save a like dog. They really did a lot to show that he was like trying to be human. He run in Lex's office and he's like, "Where's the dog? Give me the dog!" Like throwing a temper tantrum. Like, yo, if you don't like make your eyes glow, grab that nigga and choke his shit, like, boo. It was terrible. It was terrible. It got one half a poop out. So, like I was saying, I walked into Jurassic Park. The New World. Hey, let's see what that has on Rotten Tomatoes. See, I should have did some producing. Oh, I say that every episode. I thought I was doing good, but let's see. Here we go. No, this isn't it. This is the one with Chris Pratt. Boo. No one gives a damn about that one. We don't care about Star-Lord. Let's see. Here we go. Are you fucking kidding me? Jurassic World Rebirth. Jurassic World Rebirth is 52% rotten with a 71% score on Rotten Tomatoes. That is insane. Because that is insane because that movie was like 10 times better than Superman. It was so much better than Superman. Scarlett Johansson, she played this like mercenary type chick with a crew, but she wasn't doing anything that was out of the. She wasn't carrying like grown men through shit. She wasn't like fighting dudes that was like 10 times her size and beating their ass. She wasn't doing that shit. She was on some like, I can guide you through the fucking jungle. I know what I'm doing. I got a gun. I know how to shoot this shit. I'm a military trained professional. I ain't doing nothing out of the ordinary. I'm like using tracking abilities and on some, I can survive type shit. And she had a crew that knew how to help her facilitate all that shit. So they had to go to the island because they wanted to get samples of the blood from these dinosaurs, the bigger dinosaurs from one of the islands where they did most of the genetic testing. So they would do all of the hybrid dinosaurs and just leave them on this island when they would like go awry. So, like Yo said in the first Jurassic Park, life will continue. Life will continue. So the dinosaurs, of course, they multiplied and they were mutated dinosaurs. And I don't know why. That's the one complaint that I have with Jurassic Park now. Like, everything got to be about mutated dinosaurs and genetic dinosaurs. No, just stick to the fucking T-Rex. The scene with the T-Rex and the raft with the family and shit. That was an amazing scene. It was great. It was like so cool to see like a T-Rex sleeping. And like that whole thing, that whole scene of part of the movie. But it was a lot. It was a really good movie. It was way better than Superman. Like the dinosaurs, they've been showing a lot of TNT been showing a lot of the Jurassic Park movies. Damn, my chapstick is in the drawer and I can't move. I can't get it. they've been showing up. Oh, all the Jurassic Park movies. And the funny part about the Jurassic Park movies, the older the Jurassic Park movie, the better the dinosaurs look. And the first Jurassic Park, they use like, and I think they use like a lot of puppets and animatronics. It wasn't a lot of CGI. It was damn near no CGI in the first one. I think the raptors and a couple of other little small things, but by and large, that shit was a lot of Jim Henson puppet type shit. We building these dinosaurs, and that was cool. That was like even up like the second one and the second one when it was running, the T-Rex was running through LA and San Francisco. That was cool. That looked cool. The one where they whored Dr. EML, come and made him go back to Isla Island or whatever that shit called. Oh, I'm up on all my dinosaur talk, nigga. I've been watching these movies. They're captivating. I never remembered my love of dinosaurs being this strong to every time I see these movies on. I'm watching them like I'm locked in, nigga, like a little kid watching Teletubbies. So the special effects started getting kind of wonky right around when Star-Lord took over and started being the main protagonist in the protagonist, whatever. He was the main character or whatever you want to call it. That's when they kind of started getting special effects look kind of weird because like and a crazy thing about it, like the title cards when the movie come on, it looks so old. Like it looks old. Like Jurassic Park looks like movies from the 70s when I was a kid. Like when I would watch a movie, the way it looked, that's the way it looks now. But the special effects look great. Like imagine watching a movie from the 60s or the 70s and they got special effects in it. Like great special effects. So there you go. Pop my lips. So, when they go back to the island, that's where all the mutations are. The dinosaurs, they were like a lot of mutated dinosaurs, and I don't know what it is. I took some notes on that too. The Brontosaurus is the coolest damn dinosaur. Like, everybody got a booger in my nose. Everybody loved the best dinosaur is the Brontosaurus. Like every time they show that or the Stegosaurus, but every time they show that dinosaur on the scene or on a movie, everybody's like the actors always captivated. Like oh da 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 da, and they like rubbing them and like touching them and feeding them and shit and like oh you're not that bad dinosaur because like you just eat like herbs and trees and shit like oh. But no, it that is the coolest. It's not the coolest, but that's one of the dinosaurs. I think because they're probably so approachable and they move real slow and they're so big. And you can kind of run underneath them and they can't really see you. They really don't. They're not that much of a threat. So I get why they're the coolest. But then they have these, of course, they have to get the different samples because they're trying to make this medicine for heart some shit. But they gotta and I can give you the complete plot to this fucking movie and you could still go into it and watch it because it's that type of movie where you just these
hoes want perk 30.
Take a perk 30 and just zone out. I don't know. I've never taken a perk. I've taken a perk except when I got my teeth pulled, and that was like a 5 milligram, and it was snowing in the room. Way too fucking high. I don't know how you niggas take them shits. Don't know. But it was just a movie where you could just shut your brain off. Because I can give you the plot. They got to get blood from these dinosaurs, the biggest dinosaurs, because they mutated and they're huge. And they could take their blood and kind of make some sort of drug that can lengthen the life of people, make you live longer, shit like that. So, they actually get that shit done. They go through, they get it done. Scarlett Johansson, it's like an adventure movie. It really is. But with every Jurassic Park movie, shit goes left real quick. Something that's so simple and innocent, it just turns into some shit because like some shit always happen where like you're alone, no matter what you're doing, like you're just fucked. That's all you can do. But them niggas ain't coming. Ain't no police on Isla Ensla. Ain't no police can help you with a fucking dinosaur. So, they were kind of being dumb people, of course, like on some horror movie, suspense thriller type shit. Like, yo, why the fuck aren't you guys just doing this instead of just doing that? So it was a lot of that. And the main big bad dinosaur was a big mutated dinosaur that looked retarded. It looked like a deformed, inbred, retarded dinosaur. It had 4 arms. It had like weird legs. It almost looked like a salamander, but it would stand up like it almost had like human legs. The fucking quads were on point. Like, my nigga, the gams were gamming. Shit, I need to get my damn quads like that. Look at this shit. I'm getting a little something to it. But yeah, then I'm gonna join my gym gang. We're gonna go around fucking people up in Planet Fitness. Broke boys. I'm fucking around, I'm sorry. I'm kidding. But the main dinosaur, it looked really deformed and it had like fucked up teeth. And it just, it was okay, but it was just too much. Like, they could have had like, I don't know. It was just too much. It was too much. You're good with just the T-Rex, man. The T-Rex is the king of the dinosaurs. You just show that fucking T-Rex chasing and chomping after you with some little dinosaurs and maybe some shit just keep you running, moving around. They should have had like a gigantic sloth or some shit. I don't fucking know. But they've strayed away from the source material so much that it's just like, hey, fucking, it's wide ass open. Do whatever you like. Shit. So it was fun. It was a fun movie to just turn your brain off and go. No homework is needed. No research is needed. It's just there. I would give that 3.5. No, I would give Jurassic Park 4 poop piles. Because if this shit came on, I would watch it again. Then it had Almost Blade nigga up in there, Marshawn Lindo, whatever your name is. But he was in it, he was good, and Scarlett Johansson was good, and like the way she played her role and shit. It was dope. It was a good ass movie. It was real good. But Superman, no. Jurassic Park, go see that shit. At least go see it. What do we have? Oh shit, that's Baby in that saying. Well, like la la. You can hear it in the background. I saw something that was like black folks don't have family reunions. They're down like 68% or some shit because they're just not doing it, and folks are dying off and all that shit. And I want to talk about that a little bit because I don't think that is the case. I think this is what the results are to people setting boundaries. This is the result of people going to therapy and learning ways of dealing with their family instead of just dealing with the abuse and just living with these fucked up people instead of correcting them for their behaviors because, hey, look, we're family, but we should be loving each other unconditionally. Yeah, we're going to fuck up here and there because we're people at the end of the day. But I'm holding my boundaries. Like, if you're a piece of shit mom, I'm going to tell you a piece of shit mom. If you're a piece of shit dad, I'm going to tell you a piece of shit dad. And I'm not going to come around you. I'm not going to come around anybody that supports you because that's how it is. And people have learned to shut people off because we also have everything we need in the house. You can shut yourself off and do not have to leave. It is a great time to be agoraphobic. It really is. If you one of them type or morbidly obese, where you could just sit in your house and literally order everything. You can make friends online that you will never have to see. They can judge you on their personality. You can stream damn near movies instantly. You have, and in between waiting for the movies to fall on the apps, you have a ton of shit to watch in between these streaming apps. So if you pay your bills and keep your refrigerator stocked, you don't want to or try to leave the house. And if it means that you're going to not be around people that you don't really fuck with, and we're this generation where it's just like, no, I'm not going to forgive you because you're my mom. You should not have been on crack and let so-and-so put their hands on me and touch me this way. But That's what it is. And people aren't going to do it. Also, these little motherfuckers don't want to grow up. My generation, the motherfuckers between the ages of, let's just say, 37 to 50, or 40 to 55, or whatever. We're at a point also where our kids are getting older, and yeah, we like to do that shit and we want to play in that shit, but we would rather take that money and those resources and go to an island. Like niggas our age, we learned the importance of decompressing. We learned the importance of like how stress fucks you up. People my age, and you know, maybe a little younger, I'll open that window up, give myself a 7 or 5 year grace period either way, on the end of 50 and on the beginning of 40. Either way, if you want to take it back there. But my generation is a generation of folks that understand that health is wealth. We also understand that we can't be like our grandmothers who died when they were in their 50s or 60s because of like just general health and not knowing how to take care of themselves. Poor eating habits, sedentary lifestyle. We're definitely not like that. And we want to live our life like our kids are getting older, and sure, we want to spend time with everyone, but and then like everybody, you learn everybody ain't in the same economical bag as you are. Like you got folks that can pay shit, you got folks that can't pay shit, then you got folks that are embarrassed that they can't say they gonna pay shit, so they say that they can pay shit, and then when it comes time to pay shit, they pour some abracadabra shit. That's why people fuck up and don't go on trips with black communities, black families and shit like that, because people sounds good when it's like, oh, it's just $120 that you can commit, but if you can barely hold on to your job and your shit ain't paying your bills, $120 is a lot of money when you can't even get in the fucking green. So that's why a lot of people doing that. And then, you know, you would always have somebody in like our mothers, the past generation, somebody who will foot the bill by and large for everybody, where they be like, you know what, I'm gonna donate. I know I only have to pay $200 for a family, for this family, but I'm gonna donate $5,000, or I'll get the food catered. Like, just fucking WD-40, just chill. But yeah, ain't nobody doing that shit, because it's like, I'm not paying for this shit to feed you Negroes. I'd rather pay for a week in Jamaica to get away from you Negroes and all this other shit that's going on here. Yeah, I could do that instead of doing this bullshit for people that's ungrateful. And by the way, Sheila ass owed me $200 because my husband fixed her daughter's car. Yeah, it be shit like that. Like, I'm not paying for her, and then she gonna have the nerve to ask for that, and then you know it's always somebody that's like, oh, they not even in the family. They come in, yeah, it's just a fucking nightmare. It's a nightmare. Anything where you like planning some huge shit with family, it's always gonna be fucked up. Whether it be a wedding, family trip, anything like that. Like when you have a big group of people with different personalities, you tend to run that risk of having a lot of fuck ups because of those personalities. So I honestly think what the reason is, because niggas not having boundaries. They're looking at shit like, we're not gonna do this. I'm gonna have some respect for myself, and this is what it's gonna be. So yeah, I could put a nice little bow on that and say that I addressed that on P.O.O.F. And if I need to refer back to it, it was on a big 40th anniversary issue episode. I'm not writing a book or a magazine. All right, what else we got? We're gonna do this what? We're gonna do this shit. Well, let's reset it. Why hasn't anyone made a rodent resistant trash can? I've been having a war since it got warm. There's been like a gang of fat raccoons that have just invaded the neighborhood. They realize that niggas over here eating good, and they want to get some of those residual leftovers. We just ain't got chicken bones, nigga. We got Wingstop chicken bones. You want some fast food, nigga? Here, eat this corner of this Chick-fil-A sandwich that I left in the bag. Use your little animal thumbs to finish up those waffle fries that I left in there for you. Oh, you like the sauce? Try that. You have thumbs. Dip it. You're smart. But I don't know how they get in my trash can. I got bungee cords. I got a big ass, heavy, wet bag of like potting soil on top of the trash can lid. And them niggas somehow still get in that shit. So I had to put 2 bungee cords on there These raccoons are smart as shit. I don't know if raccoons got like a spirit animal, like a big bear to help their asses, but yeah, them niggas is outrageous. So I was thinking like today, I was telling Jesse like, why don't they just make like trash cans that have like clamps on the side that you can clamp them like on all angles so they can't lift up. And I know I'm probably giving this out $1 billion idea. I do have an idea for the next the mouse trap that will 100% work. I made a prototype of it, but I'm not gonna give it away here because it would kill me to see somebody on Shark Tank like sharks. I have an invention, and it would be my shit. I wouldn't be able to live myself. But the other shit, keep that. The roll lid, keep that. And my neighbor, he came. I was calling him. I was like, "What's up, brother?" I do that shit with everybody. How you doing, brother? How you doing, man? And he was like, "You don't even know my name, do you?" I was like, "Yeah, I know your name." And I told him his name. I was like, "Your name's Kevin." And he was like, I knew you don't know my name. Then this nigga proceeded to call me the wrong name. Nigga called me Marky. No, yeah, Mark. If anybody know my name ain't Mark. It's close, but it ain't Mark. And it's just like, okay, all right. He was like, yeah, man, you want to get some mothballs to put them down on the trash and around the trash can and put them inside the trash can because they don't like it. Now I did that, but I went OD. I went OD. With me, it's either a little bit or it's a whole lot. I guess that's some Cancerian shit. I couldn't find that medium, so I just dumped them on. Like a couple days later, he come out and like, yeah, man, you ain't had to put the whole bag out there. Just put a couple here and there because you don't want it to smell like mothballs. It was humming, but I don't mind smelling mothballs. I don't. So it ain't bothered me. But it was only around for a couple days. But it definitely kept them goddamn rodents out of my trash can for sure shit. It kept them goddamn rodents out with their little fucking thumbs, little weirdos. Then they all greedy, like, come on, dog.
Stop being weird, nigga!
With their little fingers. Ugh. All right, what else we got? Oh, my God. What else I got? I know that people's trying to make bougie the new normal. Like, everybody think that they supposed to have like designer shit and live this like lavish lifestyle of just falls into your lap. And I think we're all guilty of that in some way, shape, or form whenever there's like a lottery or a lotto that tempts everyone, where you just gotta get a part of it to be in the conversation and try to win all this money. But most people, that's not going to happen. You got a better chance of getting struck by lightning 4 times in a row. But it's so many people like, and even these damn kids, everybody got to have like a nice cell phone and really expensive sneakers, and these niggas is eating crab boils for lunch. Like, yo, what is going on? That's adult food, nigga. I ain't had my first crab boil till I was 44 because I was going to fuck it up and I wasn't going to eat it right. So I had to wait that long to get my damn crab boil. And then when I got it, I was like, meh.
Come on.
That's how I was when that shit was like, come on. But yeah, I don't like that. Bougie is very far and few between. Like everybody has that one bougie on that she ain't married because the bitch is just impossible to deal with. And everyone has the bougie uncle that has either the Filipino wife or the white wife. It's never anything in between. It's either the Filipino or the white one. I mean, or the Filipino lady or the white lady. It's nothing else. Or whatever I said at first. I don't know. It's getting late. It's getting real late. I'm getting punchy. But yeah, bougie used to be reserved for certain people. Everybody can't slip into bougie. You can't. And you kind of gotta like grow into it or be born into it. I've seen that shit before. Like motherfuckers be born into it where they're like, but the whole fucking family's bougie. They think they're bougie and shit like that. This is just what it is. I find that shit amusing. But I don't like the fact that everybody's trying to like be that. That's we need to save that for because like It's one of those things where, like, bougie motherfuckers, you don't like them until you sit around them and talk to them. But like, oh, nigga, you alright, you cool. But then you start to realize and see shit like, okay, I get them. I see why they're bougie. I see why they're like this. And then even when you get even older than that, you start to realize that shit. Damn, I see why motherfuckers don't do this shit or come around. Because, like I said, at the beginning of this conversation, people are setting boundaries and holding to them. And that is why we can't stay together as a community. We ain't got leaders. We always put each other down. We sexualize our women. We do all this bullshit that shouldn't even be done. All right, you know what? This is too much. This is enough of my life. Let's just hop into the trouble phone. But I don't even know if I should call this a trouble phone. I'm going to put the music right here. Boop, 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 boop. Trouble phone is brought to you by White's Power. White's Power has been serving you niggas in the dark for over 70 years. If it ain't right, it ain't white. White Power. Okay, so let's look at this. Yo, look at the article. That's funny. Yo, this shit is hilarious, yo. Like, yo, this shit makes me laugh every time I think about it. But Mike Leach allegedly once had to be talked out of putting a little person in the backfield and throwing him over the line of scrimmage in short yardage situations. Do you know how fucking hilarious that would have made football? That would have made football so much more entertaining. To have like a Beetlejuice looking motherfucker and you just tossing this nigga over the line of scrimmage to get a first down or a touchdown. Yo, the big linemen will be swatting them little niggas out the air. Yo, look, yo, what would this nigga do up against? Yo, they would ball this nigga up and like they would catch him and probably see that's where the problem would happen. They would catch him and run with him like an interception, but take him with the ball. And spike him. Oh, that is so funny. Oh my God, that is so funny. Yo, I think about that shit all the time and laugh. Like, yo, the people watching on the YouTube, yo, this shit is hilarious, yo. There's a picture of this little dude, and he look a little deformed, and his legs a little crooked, but like his top half looks kind of normal. But yo, just the fact of him getting tossed over the line of scrimmage is fucking hilarious. That nigga like, oh my God, that shit would be funny. I think they should do it. Fuck it, do it. Like, you know what? I mean, what's the worst that can happen?
You know what? Never mind. Never mind. Never mind.
All right, let's look at this. All right, let's get rid of this right quick. Here we go with another Fat Joe story, with Fat Joe being Fat Joe, like Fat Joe knows how to be Fat Joe. Listen to this shit.
One coming out the bodega, and they freestyling. Hardcore lyrics till I've been. I was like, yo. Pun was like this real, live, real, but that never really had a crew. I had an army since I was in kindergarten, bro. Fat Joe, I'm telling you. I'm my barber for many years. He said I was 5 years old. I walked to his barber shop with 20 kids. And he said, he was like, yo, I can't cut your hair with these 20 kids. And he said that I told them all to go outside and wait for me. And
listen
they all went
bullshit.
outside. And that's when my barber, Julio Fuentes, told me, I knew you were the leader. I knew you were going to run this. The point I'm making is,
The leader.
Is those terror squad, is that going to be my crew? I was like, yes, I'm in. He's like, he always wanted that army with it, right?
Yo, this guy.
I met Pun coming.
Yo, this guy. Fat Joe always, like, his stories are just always so good. So he was 5 years old, and he had a crew of 20 kids walking him to the barbershop. They was going with you because you had snacks, Joe. That's why they were going with you, because you had snacks. Like, You robbed 75 kids, and now you got a crew of 20 kids when you're 5 years old following you. And you're going to be the leader. I seen that. And he said, you're the leader. Like, yo, Fat Joe he just be on one all the time. They go to Staring Water, y'all, right back there. Staring Waters. I'm going to do an episode of stuff. That's what I'm going to do. The bonus episodes. Oh, on the Patreon of Staring Waters is back, baby. I'm introducing that shit right now. Starting this week. We're bringing back Staring Waters. Bringing it back. We are bringing it back, baby. But yeah, Fat Joe always be on that bullshit. You'll always be talking dumb shit. Like, who the fuck do you think believe you, man? Like, who do you think believe you? No one believes you, dude. No one. So, yeah. Get your shit together, Joseph. Please. Alright, let's watch this one. Yo, this shit is crazy. This dude took a train across India, and this shit is wild. Look at this. Yo, gotta clean that. He got the light on. Yo, she sleeping on him like she his girl. Ew. Yo, all them people, he taking up all them seats.
And you're traveling alone? Family?
Yo, so many people are motion sick.
I'm gonna catch it. Okay, bye.
Oh, he was in the bathroom. Imagine what that smelled like. Oh my God.
How French look like?
How French look like?
France?
He tried to holler. Ew, yo, throwing them in them. Ew. Yo, everybody is motion sick. He just puking in the middle of the lane, the aisle. Yo, got my man a Punjabi MC as the bus driver. Yo, look how crowded it
Go to
is.
the right, and without any reason, you have to pay an extra amount, which is 20. I said, okay.
I see some M&M's. Look, how long have I been going?
Hello, bro.
Oh, shit, almost an hour. Some beautiful architecture. Damn, Shawty really sleep on this dude. She got an arm over. Oh my God, he still ain't clean that vomit up. She not getting that shit up. That's so fucking nasty. But she probably ain't got shit to clean it up with, for real, for real.
That's crazy. It's the craziest mess of my life.
Yo, you couldn't pay me to do that shit. Hold up. Yo. For real, you couldn't pay me to do that shit, though. You couldn't pay me to do that shit. Like, just as crowded as that fucking bus was, dude vomiting, everybody is just puking. Like, everybody's throwing up. I mean, what do you expect when you eat that goop soup? Like, that shit is disgusting. Like, I'm not talking about them as, I couldn't do it. I mean, I guess because of the standards that we have here as privileged Americans sitting in the first or the capital, they don't put your children in there. They don't make them become a tribute. All right, what else we got? But y'all want to see some buffoonery, coonery. Yo, why people gotta be like this? Why? 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 Hold on, let me get it. All right, let's see. So you probably can't hear it too well on the audio, but it's a dude. I think is that Bobby Schmurder? It's a shirtless dude, and he's sitting up there like getting baby oil sprayed on him by like a nigga that look like Arsenio Hall. Yo out there lubing this nigga down, going woo 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 woo. They doing this in celebration for Diddy. Yo, I swear this shit is just like the episode of the Boondocks when Diddy was on, not Diddy, R. Kelly was on trial for pissing on a little girl and yo got off. Now they got the chick out there, they spraying her with baby oil. This shit is crazy, yo. Coonery buffoonery. Yo, this shit. It was fun to watch for like 2 seconds. I ain't gonna front. The fan just said, I mean, hey, look, hey, yo. They stink though. Like they stink. Alright, hold up. I'm just reset this shit. Listen to this shit.
And they think it's funny. That shit pisses me off. Like, what the fuck is so funny about the room smelling like shit now? What makes you cackle and it smells like ass? I'm not gonna lie, when people fart and they think it's funny, that shit pisses me off. Like, what the fuck is so funny about the room smelling like shit?
Alright, hold on. Yo, it is something funny. It is something funny to it. I mean, it stinks. Because of my diet, I really don't fart that much. When I first started eating a lot of protein, more protein than when I first started really doing this shit and like the creatine, I was a little gassy because I was doing like a lot of shakes and shit. But I like since chilled out on that and just like really focused on lean protein. And so I get these gains, cuz look at that. Little shit like a mountain over top. Poof. Look at it. I'm gonna be like Jim Crow Jr. But yeah, that's all I got in trouble for. Like that's all I got. I gotta get a little bit more, but that's pretty much it. And I feel satisfied with episode 40. I feel really good about it. I feel like we're moving in a very strong direction by this being the second episode, building up the library. And I just announced that Stern Water is coming back. So, yo, it's all good in this hood. It's all good in this hood. So, what I'm gonna do? I am going to put the music in post for just the audio listeners. But for the video folks, this is all I got. I got my band Greasy, the one who make it easy. Oh shit, I ain't even. Yo, follow us on Instagram at P.O.O.F.podcast.com. No, P.O.O.F.podcast on Instagram. P.O.O.F Podcast on X. Patreon.com/P.O.O.F Podcast. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, all that good stuff. Go over, join us. I think I have a little bit of fun over here. Try to lighten up your day for at least an hour. Give you a couple of yucks and a couple of chucks and a couple of things that you may not have had in your life before I brought them to them. So, how do I always end this off? What I don't know can fill the warehouse. Always keep your doors open for new inventory. Love who you love and love them hard. And that's it. Peace. I'm out. Episode 40, shorty. My stomach gurgling. Oh.